Hey there, it's your friendly neighborhood Nollywood actor. My name is Martha Ehinome Orere, or you probably know me simply as Martha Ehinome. At 27, I'm living my dream as an actor in the vibrant world of the Nigerian film industry, Nollywood. Today, I'll be taking you on that journey through my life as an actor. From the moment I first dreamed of being on screen to convincing those around me to believe in my dream, I've embarked on a remarkable journey to where I am now. I'm also inviting you to join me as I share what acting means to me, the projects that have defined my career and shaped me, and my hopes and aspirations for the future. Welcome to a glimpse into the life and dreams of Martha Ehinome. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I finished getting all official on you guys with my I'm a professional voice. Anyway, so let's quickly dive right into this, okay? I don't want to waste any time with preambles. This video has been very widely requested. I've gotten tons of people asking about it, and no, I'm not bullshitting you. Actually, tons of people have asked for this video. So let's get right into it. The story, yeah, I think I've said this over and over again. I'm beginning to feel like I sound like a broken record when I say, I did not decide to be an actor. I realized I want to be an actor. Okay, so yes, I did realize that acting was my calling when I was 12 years old. Yeah, as a child, with my older siblings and my aunties being around because we had quite a big family. They used to go rent films at the video club quite a lot. And I did not realize this, but they used to always tease me about the fact that I used to just stare at the the film posters like quite often. Is it posters now? Those the cases that the discs came in, yeah. So I apparently used to always stare at it and they'll be like, do you want to watch the entire film there? Right? I was quite shy and timid as a child. Yeah, so I guess maybe the world was just one that I love to wander into, I guess maybe. So I think that when started to maybe note that, oh, there's this thing that I do. Yeah. Yeah. So there was that. And I this one is often the talking in the mirror and all of that, all of that. So hey guys, don't be alarmed. Okay. So I'm editing and I realized that there were a few things that I missed out. So I'm going to be popping in from time to time, not a great number of times, okay? Just a few times to add a little something, okay? I just wanted to add that with me being a shy child, my siblings, especially my sisters, started having an idea as to this thing I was gravitating towards when my sister had a phone where you could make voice recordings, and that was like amazing to me. So I used to take her phone then and I used to do this silly Igbo accent thing. So I used to just make funny recordings. Sometimes I won't forget them. There were one or two that really stuck in the house that we what used to be referred to often. Okay. I'll make them and they'll be like, Mother recorded this on my phone and then played it to some for somebody or something. And yeah, so there was that at that point in time. That's just by the way. Yeah. So when I was 12, I was in GSS 3, junior secondary school 3. There is this thing where as you're preparing to go into senior secondary school, you decide on what class you want to go into, art class, commercial class, or science, right? I knew I definitely wasn't interested in science, but I did not know what I wanted to be. Like, I did not know what profession I wanted to go into. I all along had been saying I wanted to be an accountant because that was what I just came up with at some point when I was tired of telling people I don't know what I want to be when they asked me, oh, what do you want to be? Those are one of the questions they used to ask kids then, ask me then at least. I don't know if they still do that now, right? So after saying, I don't know for so long, I just came up with accountant. I want to be an accountant. Good enough? Cool. So yeah, when it was time to decide for me, I still didn't know. And then one day in school, right, I had like a light bulb moment and I'm like, an actor. I don't even know what my train of thought was, but I just know at that moment, like I remember that particular moment, I was like, an actor, I'm going to become an actor. Yes, that makes sense. Like, of course, of course, of course, of course. All right. And I literally have been on that plane ever since. Of course. Nothing else. Duh. Of course. That's who I'm going to be. An actor. Right. So from then on, I basically was just making decisions based off of that realization. An actor was who I wanted to be. So there was this time once when myself and my other siblings were all together, and it came to the open somehow that I wanted to study theater arts, and my brother was like, "Oh, you think theater arts is being sabi? You looked at all the courses to study." And then you thought that, okay, theater arts, let me take the easiest one out. Okay, backstory, I didn't used to do so well in junior secondary school. Okay. When I got into GSS1, I was very confused as to the idea that you had to read to pass. Because in primary school, I didn't used to read. I just go to school, go to class, exams, you write your exams, you do your assignments, and you move on. And then in secondary school, apparently, you have to read, and then just as one notes pile up. I haven't even caught up with the one with GSS one first term. What are you telling me that they're going to ask me the same questions in GSS three second term? That didn't make any sense to me. So I kind of had a clean slate in SS1. So there was that. So I wasn't doing so well in school at that point in time. So my brother really thought that I just wanted an easy way out. And then I was so upset. I was crying, and my cousin that used to stay with us then was like, "Don't mind them, just do what you want." And I was like, "You know what? I don't care. I'm going to just do accounting. I'll do accounting, and then I'll give them the certificate, and I'll just do my acting thing later on, and blah 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 blah." But of course, that was only for that night. The next morning, I was like, "What the heck? No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to do theater arts." That was just it. By the way, story, okay, that I remembered while I was editing, that comes to mind very often. Also about how my parents felt about me saying I wanted to study theater arts. To be honest, I didn't really have any opposition, at least much opposition at all from them. My mom, when I first mentioned it, she was quite taken aback first, right? We're in the kitchen. And she was like, ah, okay, yeah. I think I have a cousin actually that read theater arts, but in our own mind, it was more like, okay, it's just a course. I guess when you have your fun with the course, you go out of school and then you get a proper job and you move on with your life. So she was like, yeah, I guess it's cool. Enjoy yourself, that kind of thing. But my dad was like, because yeah, he came out just a few minutes afterwards, and my mom said, yeah, your daughter wants to read theater arts, so and then when went to open the gate for him, he was like, find another course to study. Don't study that. Yeah. And he happened to be the one to take me to buy my jam form. So you know how those jam officials can be, where they'll be like, so what do you want to study? Blah 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 blah. What school do you want to go? And I was like, I want to go to University of Ibadan, I want to study theater arts. And then when we were leaving, he was like, you still want to study this theater arts, Abby? And I was like, okay. I think that was when he just resigned, like, oh, I guess this is what she wants to do. Moving on. So from then on, I never really had any, I don't even count those as oppositions whatsoever, but basically, those were their reactions to me saying that I wanted to study theater arts and be an actor and be in entertainment and stuff. So I'm done with the addendums. Let's continue with the rest of the story. So I wrote my jam, filling the course that I was interested in. I got admitted into the University of Ibadan studying theater arts. I did that for 4 years. And after that, I came to Lagos, okay, just right after I finished school, like a few months in, or maybe even the month or so. There was an audition for Kakadu the musical, and I went to Lagos, or I came to Lagos to audition for that, and I got in. I was the youngest cast member. I was 20 at the time. Yeah, I was 20 years old, fresh out of school, very excitedly, on this project. It lasted for about 6 months. We started January and finished June. Yeah, we did that. We performed for Lagos at 50 in May. Then we traveled to SA, South Africa, and performed at the Joburg Theatre. Yeah, I went to South Africa a few months ago. Yeah, so it was my second time going to South Africa. The first time was with Kakadu the musical. It was amazing and it was so great, especially as I had just finished school. I was the youngest there. It was like, oh, this girl is bursting with life. This her dream is coming to be, and blah 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 blah. So after that, there was a drought period. I went back to Ibadan. I was at home. And then I didn't plan to do my NYSC. The NYSC is service. It's something we do here in Nigeria, where after your degree, you sort of have a 1 year thing with the government. You're posted to a different state and you serve there many times in a rural community or something. It's just like service to your country. Yeah. So it's something. Oh, funny enough, this is like the color for like the get up that you wear. Yeah, so after I didn't plan to do my NYSC, to be honest, I just thought it was unnecessary. I'm like, what am I using that for? But my parents were of the opinion that I should, right? And sitting at home and everything, I didn't have an excuse. It's not like, oh my God, I'm performing in South Africa or something. I didn't have an excuse. I'm sitting at home doing nothing. So I was like, crap, okay, I'll do my NYSC. So I went to camp and everything. I worked my NYSC to Lagos. In that time, I got myself into an internship at a sort of small media company, like a TV company of some sort. Yeah, so I was doing that. I did that for about 6 months. Oh, before that, actually, I was an extra on Sugar. That was the end of 2017. Yes, around that same period, I was an extra on Sugar. I interned at the small media company during my NYSC period, and then I had a lot of free time. I knew that I needed to do something with my free time, especially because my NYSC was about to be over and there's something I absolutely hate. It is being idle. I hate it with everything in me. So my best friend at the time was into graphic design and was at the beginning stages of the whole tech situation. So I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I said to start learning graphic design. Oh yeah. So I did that and I went to some workshop or something, and then through that I got an internship somewhere. Shefa Inc. I got an internship there. After 6 months of being an intern, I kind of graduated to being a full staff. So I was an art director at Shefa Inc. It was like not really an advertising agency of sorts, where it was an agency. I don't know what to call it particularly, but it was an agency. Yeah. So I was one of the art directors there. So I did that for about a year and a half. But in that time, I was able to squeeze in a few things because they knew I was an actor. I was able to squeeze in doing Hertitude, the stage play. It was staged twice. So I was able to do that in 2018 and 19. Or both 2019, but that period, yeah. And then was that period that I also filmed Dear Bio, which was such an amazing thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. In all this time, yeah, I was sort of still going for auditions. I was sort of still going for auditions, and I used to do monologue challenges. God bless auditions.ng. I don't know what they're up to these days, but auditions.ng was the thing, especially for budding actors like myself. So I used to do audio monologue challenges. I won a few of them, or I'm one of the shortlisted people, and it'd be like, oh, winner, this person, that person. So those like brought traction to my Instagram page, and it sort of made people know me. Like a few eyes were on me. I'm not saying like, oh my God, but it's like, oh, that girl exists and she's an actor, or she's a budding actor. She's an actor, she wants to do more stuff. Well, that's a person. Okay, that person is there, that kind of thing. So that was great in that regard. And then something absolutely fantastic and unexpected happened in that period. Chimezie Imo, he recommended me for Dear Bio. He recommended me to Kelechi Udegbe, who was producing it. Imo Umoren was directing it. And I was recommended and I was cast, and we went to Delta State and we filmed Dear Bio. I played one of the leads on Dear Bio. It was amazing. At the point, it was the biggest thing I had I had done, and forever and ever I would always appreciate Chimeze Imo because I think that singular act of recommending me is or was one that really propelled me to more, because after that Imo Moren really liked my work. Yeah, he then cast me again in the Herbert Macaulay Affair, where I got to play Caroline Pratt, which was Herbert Macaulay's wife. Yeah, so there was that. In all this time, I was still working. I was still working as an art director in, in this or at this agency. I hope I'm not forgetting any other projects that I did in that time, but then COVID happened March of 2020. I was let go from the agency actually. I was let go March. Yeah, so it was pretty much that period. Then COVID started. So I was at home with the rest of the world doing absolutely nothing. I went into like a whole creative frenzy. I went into like a whole creative hole. If you used to follow me then on Instagram, I was just doing self portraits and monologues and just doing all of those. I also auditioned for Riona just before COVID hit. So it was during the time at home, they asked for callback video clips, like audition clips, and I sent it in. At first, I wasn't cast because they had cast, but I wasn't one of the people they cast. But just very close to when filming was supposed to start, it was like, oh, yeah, Martha, yeah, you are up. You're up. We want you to play Ace and Jimmy on Riona. And I was so excited. It was such a great thing because I mean, everybody was at home. At least most people were home during COVID, but I hate being idle, like I said, and I hadn't done any acting thing in such a long time, and I wasn't working. I wasn't doing my side hustle. Very weird. And my side hustle was a 9 to 5. I was taking my time every day of the work week for most hours of the work week. Very weird stuff. But yeah, there was none of that. So I really needed that at that point in time. And I was so excited for it. So I was then on Riona. Was Riona is or was an Africa Magic original project. So we filmed for 7 months. We filmed till the 1st of March 2021. After that, I then did a few more things. Kayode Kasum was one of the directors on Riona. So I did like a two scene. I had two scenes on Dwindle, which was a project he did at that period. I filmed the second season of My Name is AZ. The first season I had like three scenes or so. The the second season I didn't had more scenes. I filmed that. What else did I do then? Then I didn't really do much 2021. The next major thing I then did was our best friend's wedding. I played Jade on our best friend's wedding. At that point in time, that then became like probably the biggest thing, okay, because I was one of the leads and it was a series and there had already been a very successful first season. So I was really excited to play Jade, and I was in such a terrible place in my life at that point in time. Not really work related, just I just was. So that project really helped bring me out. I met amazing people, and that was great. Then after our best friend's wedding, which was 2021, I'm really pretty much just telling you my whole resume at this point. After our best friend's wedding, I then filmed All the Colors some months after. I filmed Blood of Enogie. That was still the beginning of 2022. And then in 2022, May of 2022, I'm just jumping to like the projects that I actively can remember right now. May of 2022, I filmed The Origin, Madam Koi Koi. I had auditioned for it few months before. I can't remember when exactly I started auditioning or when I auditioned for The Origin, but I think filming was May into June. Yeah. So in June, as I was leaving the set of The Origin Madam Koi Koi, because I left the evening of, the next morning was my first audition for Wura, because I had gotten a mail asking me to come in to read for Mandy. Okay, my first audition for Wura, I was asked to read for Mandy. Then I got a call back. It was from then I then started to audition as To Me. If you want to know my whole To Me audition story, I'm going to link it in the description. You should actually absolutely check it out. It's very detailed, okay? Very detailed, from audition videos or audition videos of me going for the audition to when I got the call, and all of that is very detailed. After 4 long months, I got the call that I had finally been cast as To Me. So that was it. We filmed for 10 months. We filmed from, I think, the 30th or 29th of September 2023 to July, the 6th of July, I think, 20. No, sorry, I'm so sorry. 2022, September of 2022 till July of 2023, which was last year. So yeah, I believe those have been my very core career defining projects. I believe so. I always like to say that I have progressively been trusted with roles. Like, I've gotten progressively weightier roles in my career, and I think you can see that, right? So from being an extra on this, I mean, there are few projects here and there that I didn't mention. It's just like little things here and there, but I don't want to make this video way longer than it's supposed to be. But yeah, so that has been the progression of things for me. I studied and I came to Lagos, and there's been a lot of waiting in between, because this all this time, 2017, which is when I did Kakadu the musical, till now is 7 years. So it's been 7 years of these, right? So there are many months in between where there was nothing. And there were times where I filled my life with other things aside being an actor, because the waiting game is strong and it can deal with you. And sometimes you just have to do things for yourself. Okay. Okay. So why I am an actor. Okay, I know I have said, how it came to be me realizing that this is what I wanted to do, but that was me when I was 12. I think in more grown up words, why am I an actor? I very much am into the idea of giving myself to roles. I very much enjoy being other people, understanding other people enough to be them. So acting is a sort of escape. Not like I do not like my life and I want to run away, but I think it's just so connecting. It's sort of walking in so many people's shoes. And when you're in people's shoes, I guess you can't judge. So it's understanding. I honestly think that being an actor is probably also the most human thing that you can be, because to be other humans you have to be even more human, to then be able to have space to take on other people, like to then bring other people into yourself. I don't know if that makes sense. And it's also for the love of storytelling. Our world is full of so many stories. Like, each individual person has their story, and some people's story intertwines with other people's, and it's just being a vessel. I look forward to being a vessel for telling stories, for being involved in something that is so much bigger than me. I think that's it. I think I finally have hit the nail on the head. Yeah, that is why. So, how has being an actor been so far? So far, it has been rewarding. It has been rewarding because it is a dream that I have had, and it is a dream that I am living in, and I am getting fulfillment from it. Okay, it's not like I've just been at this for 7 years, 7 years plus the 4 years I was in school, plus even maybe the time I've had the dream. But let's even say from when I was in school, which was 16 till now, I'm 27, almost 28. So about almost 12 years of my life, I have not looked back and been like, what was it all for? I'm seeing results. I am seeing progress. I am seeing something being built, and my name being attached to it. So There's still a lot that I hope and dream for, I hope for. But at this point in time, it's been good to me. Slow and steady. And yeah, yeah. So now on my hopes and dreams for the future. The future, the future. Sorry. I hope to tell stories and to not be confined to only my home country. I hope to not be confined to only being a Nollywood actor. I want to stand shoulder to shoulder with whatever actor is standing in the world. I want to say, yeah, I have achieved globally. Everyone wants to reach the highest plane, and I hope and I intend to reach the highest plane. I intend to tell stories that cuts across continents, that cuts across cultures. I hope to be able to also produce world standard projects. I intend to be everything that I can possibly be. I intend to reach every height that my career, that my talent can take me. And God willing, I will. So I think that's about it. I feel a huge weight has been removed from my chest. Or what did they say? I don't know how they play it. A huge weight has been taken off my chest because this video has been in my mind to make for so long. And I hope to God that it was everything that you hoped it would be. I hope to God it's everything I hoped or I hope it will be. Yeah. So yeah, that is it. That is Martha Ehinome and her acting journey so far. There's still so much ahead of me. I'm just a bloody 27-year-old child. Yeah, there's still so much ahead of me, and I really hope to God that I will make another video some other time from now, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I made one 2024. Oh, so much has happened then. So after then, I did this and I did that and I did that and I did that, and then this happened and that happened. Okay, so yeah, yeah. Thank you guys for always being here for listen to me yap and yap about stuff. And I hope that this video, especially to budding actors, I hope that this video is one that will inspire you and will help you just on your journey. Also, I want to start putting out videos that will help actors, especially young budding actors, on their journey, like auditions, on just on actor related things, not just budding actors to be honest, but actor content generally for YouTube. So if you have anything in mind, anything you'd want to maybe know more about and have me talk about, you can just leave them in the comment section. I'll check them out, write them down, and in due time, I'll make videos about them. So, yeah, that's about it, people. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Ching! I don't know what ching means, but bye bye. it's it's been that. I just the end honestly, I honestly think that I honestly